What a lot of people don't recognize is that your mindset, your perspective on yourself and on the world around you, on the people around you, and your goals can have a huge impact on the actual outcome of you achieving or not achieving a certain goal or something you would love in your life. And in this particular video, I want to share with you some tips and tricks to improve your mindset so you can improve your outcomes and you can actually achieve what it is you would love to achieve. Now, if it's the first time checking into the channel, first and foremost, welcome. My name is Bailouni and I'm the founder of Master Your Trading Mindset. And we are a performance coaching and education business, and we work with traders all around the world, helping them improve their mindset, overcoming the psychological patterns that hold them back, helping them achieve consistency and funding and those types of things in the market. Now, if you don't already have a copy of our free Bulletproof Your Mindset tool, I'm going to encourage you to jump in the description and grab a copy. That's helping traders lower their emotional volatilities in the market and helping them achieve consistency and work towards those funding goals. Now, there are a few things I would love to discuss when we talk about how we can almost optimize our mindset to achieve better outcomes in our trading and in our life. First and foremost, it's important to recognize that every human being is going and acting, they're making perceptions, decisions, and actions according to what they perceive as most important. And if a trader has a very high priority on going off and making a certain income, and they have a very high priority on learning about trading, developing a strategy, and going off and executing on that strategy consistently and doing any necessary mindset work, if all those tasks in the trader's mind are very important to them, and they're very high priority and very high value to them, they're going to go off and do those tasks over doing anything else. They're going to have a very high value and high priority on the action steps that lead to successful results as a trader. They're not going to have any issue with discipline or lack of focus or motivation or procrastination. They're just going to act and they're going to get those tasks done. But in all probability, sometimes we don't have such a high value or high priority on the specific tasks, on the specific action steps that will lead to the ideal outcome we would love in terms of a goal. So my first, mindset tip to improve your likelihood to accomplish your goals and the outcome of your goals is you need to raise the value in your mind on the tasks that are conducive with having a successful outcome. For example, if you want to lose weight or you want to build a body you can be incredibly proud of, there are very few things that you really need to do. You need to, if you're overweight, you need to eat at a calorie deficit and potentially even do some sort of strength training. If you're underweight, you potentially need to eat at a calorie surplus and potentially do some sort of strength training. And it's the consistent and persistent execution on those high priority actions that ultimately get to your goal. Now, if you're overweight and you have a higher value on eating food and consuming crappy food because in your mind you're perceiving that's bringing you more pleasure than pain, more advantage and disadvantage, you're going to continue to do an action step that is going to take you away from your goal. So it's almost now about rewiring your brain to associate more value or more priority or more advantages to doing an action step that's more conducive with your goal, and associating more pain and associating less value to the action steps that take you away from your goal. And it's about shifting our perception towards the action steps that lead to the outcome of our goal. And the highest priority actions, from what I've seen working with traders, from my own 6 years trading in my trading journey, working with my clients in the 12-week challenge, etc., the highest priority action steps, I believe, are doing any necessary learning and backtesting to build a solid trading plan that's process-based, and then going off and executing on that consistently, relentlessly, and every so often making incremental refinements to that. Those are really the action steps that lead to consistent results. So you want to raise the value on each of those things, backtesting to create a trading plan, learning to create a trading plan, and then executing every day on that trading plan. And maybe every 2-3 months you go back and refine that trading plan to ensure that you're constantly staying on top of things in front of the market. And then going in and doing any necessary mindset work. I know I teach a lot of mindset exercises in my 12-week challenge, and I encourage my clients to raise the value on those tasks so they can consistently do those things as well. So my first tip here is you want to raise the value of the tasks in your mind that are going to lead to the outcome you want. Because if you don't have a high value on the task going to lead to your outcome, you're going to have an unrealistic expectation of yourself to accomplish a goal that you're not really dedicated to, and you're going to beat yourself up when you don't do the task, you don't do the outcome, you don't accomplish the goal. The second thing here is ensuring that you're setting realistic timeframes and realistic agendas on yourself. Like I mentioned before, if you have an expectation on yourself to accomplish a goal that's outside your own priority or value system, you're going to beat yourself up. You're going to be a cat trying to swim like a fish, or a fish expecting themselves to climb a tree like a cat. You either need to set goals congruent with your priorities and your value system, or you need to link the action steps to your value system so you have a higher priority on those action steps so you can actually achieve that outcome. On top of that, you want to ensure you have realistic expectations on the time frame. If you're all puffed up and elated and setting some sort of fantasy, chances are you're going to set too big of a goal. You're going to have a huge goal and you're going to have too short of a time frame. And then when you don't accomplish that goal in that particular time frame, that unrealistic time frame, you're going to beat yourself up because you didn't align with your expectations. And if you're really, low and depressed and that type of stuff, you're going to most likely set too small of a goal and too long of a time frame. So it's about being balanced. It's about setting goals that are congruent with your value system, your priority system, and being balanced, not projecting fantasies or anything on that, so you can set realistic time frames. And I guarantee if you do those two things, you align with the action steps that are congruent with achieving that goal, and you set realistic time frames in terms of the outcome, so you don't have unrealistic expectations that lead to you being upset or disappointed, that throw you away from the goal later on, you're going to significantly improve the probability of actually accomplishing that outcome or that goal, just because of these two mindset shifts or two mindset different perspectives on them. Now, I teach this framework in detail in my 12-week challenge. We get the traders to get clear on their priorities and their value system. Then we do any necessary linking to ensure that those action steps are congruent with the trader. We get them scheduled, all that type of stuff, to ensure that every single day or every single week they're focusing on the highest priority things, and it's aligned with their priorities and aligned with their value system. So there's no issue with focus. There's no issue with discipline or motivation. They're just executing on the highest priority things, and they're ultimately accomplishing their goals. So if you resonate with this video, we've got heaps more on YouTube. Check them out. And if you're ready for it, check out the Bulletproof Your Mindset tool. Check out the 12-week challenge. All these things are going to be educational and extremely valuable to you and your trading journey.